Week 1, we learned about practices for personal safety. When we first started DARE, we found out we should be careful around strangers. We also practiced a new DARE decision-making model that will help us make safe decisions in difficult situations.
Early on in DARE, we learned some basic facts about tobacco and its harmful effects. We learned that only about 10% of middle schoolers claim to be tobacco users. We can now use this knowledge to avoid peer pressure, confident that non-smokers are the vast majority.
In one of our early lessons, we learned how tobacco companies attempt to use advertising to persuade us to make unhealthy choices. We also discussed the harmful effects of marijuana and learned how tobacco and marijuana can be gateways to even more powerful and deadly drugs.
In DARE, we identified the harmful effects of alcohol to the body and brain. We uncovered some popular misconceptions about alcohol and used our decision-making model to identify the health benefits of not using alcohol.
We saw a video that helped us recognize the powerful effects of alcohol, advertising, and how companies use humor to promote alcohol use among young people. In this lesson, we also learned the harmful effects of inhalants on the body.
In one of the most exciting DARE lessons, we got to try on special goggles that let us see the world the way it looks to a person drunk or high on drugs. We attempted and failed at simple tasks such as catching a ball. Officer Robinson asked us to imagine driving a car in that condition. We promised then and there to never get in a car with someone who's been drinking.
Each week, Officer Robinson brought in newspapers with stories of how drugs affect the lives of real people. Some were funny, some were sad, but all showed us that DARE is about more than facts and statistics. It's about keeping us safe and away from the terrible, real-life consequences of drug abuse.
In DARE, we learned that we all have different opinions and we must respect the thoughts and opinions of others. We learned that there are many non-violent ways to resolve disagreements. We learned that vandalism, bullying, and spreading rumors are all acts of violence.
Alternatives. Our lives are going to be filled with different choices. We will have many alternative choices of activities to be involved with rather than using drugs. In this lesson, we enjoyed a fun game with Officer Robinson, while at the same time learning that people can destroy their lives by making unhealthy choices.
Throughout DARE, we saw a variety of exciting videos that showed us how we will be pressured in our lives to make wrong choices. In one video, we met 4 5th graders who wandered into the land of decisions and choices. We watched and learned as they used their general knowledge to resist others to use alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, and other drugs.
In the last week of DARE, we got the opportunity to share all that we have learned about and felt about the DARE program. Today you'll hear from several members of our class who will outline the impact that drug abuse resistance education has had on all of us.
Graduation. Today is the end of our first step of the DARE journey and the start of our drug-free futures. We are confident that the lessons we have learned will keep us safe and make our community and our world a better place to live.